Hi, my name is Gregory. You are welcome to my channel. Please, if you think you like this video after this lesson, make sure you click on the subscribe button. On today's lesson, I'm going to teach you some of the basics in JavaScript. Let's move on straight to the tutorial. First of all, what you need to do is you will launch your web browser. Then you right click and click on Inspect. You click on Sources. Then you click on this button. I already had a created snippet, so I'm going to delete it and show you how to create a new snippet. So I'll delete this snippet. You click on this button, then you give your snippet a name. Because we are going to do everything, or because we are doing JavaScript coding, any name that you give your snippet should end with .js. So I'm going to name my app.js. I think that's my favorite way of naming my JavaScript files. So I'll press enter. So here is what we are going to start writing our code. First of all, let me introduce you to a method in JavaScript, which is the alert method. You can also say it is a predefined function. It's well accepted. What this method does is that it prints a message on the screen that's issued by the user or written by the user. So if you want to print a command on the screen, you can use the alert method to print it. Let me demonstrate to you how to use the alert method to print a message on the screen. Okay. First, you type in your alert, you open brackets, you bring a double quote, then you type in the message that you want to print on the screen. So here I'm going to print hello world on the screen. Let's see what happens. Don't forget to terminate it. You come here, you click on this button. You see hello world has been printed on the screen. That's how you use the alert to print an information on the screen. What you see in this double quote is a string, and in programming it refers to as data type. We have numbers, we have boolean, and many others. And you can use a single quote, so it works. Let me show you. So here you can remove this double quote. Let us clear everything. And already same information. Then you click on. You see it works the same. But normally I prefer using the double quotes. You can use the single quotes, so it will work. So now we know how to print an information on the screen, and using the alert you can print multiple messages on the screen. So you can also write another alert. Oh, sorry. So this right now, the first one will run. After it has done running, then the next one will follow. So you click on this button, you see hello world, you click on OK, the next one will follow. And the code stops. So now we know how to print messages using the alert method. You can also say it's a predefined function, it's well accepted. So let's move on to another thing, which is creating variables in JavaScript. Variable is just a container that contains a value or something. In real life, it's just like anything. It can be a box, it can be I don't know, a bag. It's just a container which contains something. But in programming, every container has a specific name or a unique identity which specifies that, oh, this container contains this. Every variable have a unique name. So let me demonstrate to you how to create variables in JavaScript, the syntax for writing or creating variables in JavaScript. So let's clear our code first. First of all, you write the var keyword, which stands for variable, followed by the variable name. So let's say first name. And what you see here, the first name is camel casing. This is the standard way of naming variables in JavaScript. It's called camel casing. It's well accepted. And it's a standard way of naming variables in JavaScript. Then you assign it to a value. So here becomes our container, and the container name is the first name. And what you assign it to is what the container contains. So I'm going to assign it to my name, which is Gregory. Gregory. Then I'll terminate. So what you see in the double quotes is one of the data types. We have numbers there, we have boolean, as I said earlier. So how do we print this information on the screen using alert? What you do is you type in your alert method, alert method, followed by the variable name, which is the first name. Then you terminate. Then you click on this button. I think I had a spelling mistake here. So first name. Then first name. Yeah. So you click on it and you see the message has been printed on the screen. So the alert method is very useful in programming. It helps you to know the output of what command or code that you have written. It's very useful in programming. Some uses it to give notification in browsers most of the times. You go see Facebook, you open Facebook, and there will be a pop-up menu saying that will you allow Facebook to show notifications. So all these stuffs are done using the alert function. JavaScript is very useful in websites, especially in web programming. So now that we know how to create variable in JavaScript, we come to create a simple program which will print our first name and last name. We already have variable first name here. What we need to do is create another variable which is going to be last name. Then you assign it to the string name, the name I want to give it to. So here is Gregory White. Then you terminate. And here we already have first name, so these are the same addition sign to add the two together. That's the first name and the last name. So last name. Let's run the code and see what happens. And see Gregory White has been printed on the screen. Or the dialog box is Gregory White. Here you see our code is not very clear because it looks like they are one word, but they are two separate words. So right now what I want to do is I want to give a space between Gregory and White so that to make our code very simple and also understandable. So what I will do here is I will just place my cursor here. Now I will just place my cursor here. Then I'll give another plus like this. Then I'll bring a double quote. I'll make sure I open the space. Yeah. So so with this you see the information that will be printed on the screen. You see there will be a space between Gregory and White. The other way that You can also give a space between two different string variables in JavaScript. So let me click on this button and see what happens. You see green white has been printed on the screen. So that's how we use that's how we print strings using the alert method. And here it makes your code very clear for everyone to read, or someone who doesn't understand knows that it's your name, but at first both of them were combined. So yeah, that was how we go about it. Okay. So now I'm coming to introduce you to another method in JavaScript. You can also choose to see it's a predefined function, well accepted, which is the prompt. What this prompt does is that it allows the user to input an information. Then when the user inputs the information, it holds the information, and by the help of the alert, it print out the information that the user inputs. Let me demonstrate to you how to use the prompt. We already know how to create variables in JavaScript, and we already know how to use the alert. So we are come to, based on these ideas, we are come to use it together with the prompt. So let me clear this one. First of all, what you need to do is you declare a variable. So variable, let's say my name, and you assign it to the prompt. Okay, so the prompt, this is how you go about it. Yeah, forget to delete my code. So this is how you can use the prompt. This is how you can use the prompt. Then okay, so let me explain this simple code that I've written here. The variable my name is assigned to the prompt, and here there is no value in the prompt. The prompt will hold value when the user inputs something. Right now it doesn't have any value. So when you input something, then my name will hold the value, and by the help of the alert, the value will be printed on the screen. So now the prompt method that we have used here doesn't have anything, and the variable name doesn't have anything, just like a container without anything inside. So now you click on this button and please enter your name. So if you enter your name, then the name that you enter will be saved in the my name variable that I created. Then by the help of the alert method, it will print out the output of whatever that the user inputs. So here I'm going to type in my name, so which is Gregory Walker. And you see Gregory Walker has been printed on the screen. So you see the prompt is very interesting in programming. So let's make our code very interesting and also a little bit difficult. Not actually difficult, but somehow okay, you let me reserve my comment. Okay, now so we are coming to add additional information to this simple code that we have written here. Now we are going to add our age, where we come from. I'm going to add these two things, our age and where we come from. And using the same alert keyword, we'll print out the result of whatever that the user will input here. So var age is equals to this. So this one too is accepted because this is just a single word. So using this is accepted. Unless it's a two different types of words. That one we have to use the standard way of naming variable, which is the camel casing. That's why you see my name here written or using the standard way of naming variable, which is the camel casing. So age, then I'll prompt the user. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay, to make our code very clear, I'll just add some an optional string to make it understanding, and that is a good practice for every programmer to do. Best practice makes your code very clear and readable to anyone out there. So what I'll do here is I'll write my string is okay. My name is now concatenate with the variables here. So the first variable is class. For now, we don't have anything inside, but after we are done uh, concatenating with the variable names here, whatever that you input, it will just store, and the alert will help you to print out whatever that the user inputs on the screen. So my name is my name, and I am, let's see, I don't know, but that one will be determined by the user. Okay, it should be a capital letter to make it uniform. So now we are done. Let's run our code and see what happens. Let me check before running. Okay, I think everything is okay here. Okay, so enter your name. So you see, my name is Greg Ryan. I am 23 years old. I come from Texas. So these are some of the basics that you need to know as a beginner in JavaScript. And please, if you think you like this tutorial, make sure you click on the subscribe button. Thank you for today. See you next time.